I've gotten into a really bad habit lately, only reviewing watches that get sent to me. But when this watch came across my radar, even though I reached out to the brand through multiple channels and got absolutely zero response, I said to myself, I don't care if this brand sends a hit squad to murder my family. I'm going to pay for this watch. This is my review of the Zelos GT. Zelos as a brand, honestly, they're hit or miss for me. Kind of like Breitling. Some watches I love, some I absolutely hate. There's no in between. But this one, straight into the number 2 spot in my entire 40 plus watch collection. And I know it's not just the new toy honeymoon effect. Design, absolutely gorgeous. It just feels like me. I've realized something lately. Whether or not I love a watch usually comes down to one thing. Geometry. Harsh straight lines or perfect circles or shapes, that's what I hate. If a design is all harsh straight lines, I'm out. But this, almost no straight lines apart from the structural ones you kind of need. Tudor, Breitling, same issue. But Zelos got this one just right. It's got this beautiful layered stacked design, kind of like a burger in the best possible way. The crown guards, unique. The lugs, and let's talk about that bezel. I hate thin bezels, especially on bigger watch cases. This watch, chunky bezel perfection. The finishing, gorgeous. A brushed finish where it should be, and polished accents exactly where I'd want them. And the lume, very respectable. Now, normally, if a mechanical watch doesn't have an open case back, it's almost criminal to me. But this, one of the very few exceptions I will allow. Why? Because the case back has a significant engraving, which ties into the theme of the watch, cars or racing. The only other brand I've let off the hook like this is Venezianico. That racing DNA runs through the whole design. The speedometer style power reserve indicator, the hands, probably the best hand design I've ever seen, and the minute track, and the racing green and yellow color combo. Even the bracelet link shape might be a subtle nod to something racing related. I don't know. Speaking of the bracelet, I was not expecting to love the straight lines on it. Normally that's a deal breaker for me. But here, the contrast between the straight, no-nonsense bracelet and the curvy case, it works. I have to accept that. Kind of like the effect you get with a Seiko Turtle. Plus, it makes me think this watch would look amazing on a strap too. It sits beautifully on a wrist. This is also my second ever watch with a power reserve indicator. And design-wise, they nailed the symmetry by placing the power reserve opposite the date window. Visually, it looks pretty much perfect. Now let's talk about value. For £318, which is what I paid for it, plus £72 roughly for import fees, so just under £400 total, here is what you're getting. Movement, a Miyota 9133 with power reserve display, 100 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal with a nice box shape, as opposed to a flat or too curved one, Super Luminova BGW9 lume, and a bracelet with a quick adjust clasp. And they even threw in a travel case and a steel warranty card. The value is insane. No watch is perfect though. 2 small cons. The micro adjust doesn't feel super solid. Not sure if that's by design or just my lack of understanding with these systems. It doesn't take much strength or resistance to accidentally pull the micro adjust to its furthest length, if that's how you'd say it. The other con is the color. I was first attracted to this watch because it looked like a navy blue dial and was slightly disappointed by the fact that it was green. However, I must accept that this is in line with the theme. So this is less of a con and more of a personal issue I have with the watch. But the green is so dark, it doesn't bother me 99% of the time. Oh, and one last thing is that it's a little thick and heavy. But honestly, that complaint is something I have with most watches and won't really affect my overall score of this watch. So, final verdict. I was so excited to buy this based on the photos on the website, which thank goodness are actually accurate and not like Tissot's, for example, where they make the watches look so good online and you feel a slight disappointment when they arrive. This actually looks like what I expected, and I am happy with that. So happy with that. I paid for this watch myself, no sponsorship, no brand freebie, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. If you're on the fence about this watch, get off it. This one is a keeper for sure. 8.7 out of 10. I think that's my highest rating on this channel so far. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, tell me why in the comments. And if you hated this video, tell me why in the comments. See you in the next one.